If you live in Toronto, chances are you've already shared your neighborhood with raccoons for years. You just didn't know how close they were getting. For most homeowners, the first signs of a raccoon problem isn't actually seeing the animal, it is the sound. Heavy footsteps above the ceiling, late at night, scratching, thumping, the feeling that something big is moving inside your home. And by the time you hear that noise, the raccoon has usually already been living there for weeks. Today, raccoons aren't just part of Toronto's wildlife, they're part of Toronto's housing problem. My name is Alan, and I'm with TSR Pest Control and Wildlife Removal here in Toronto. For years, we've been called into homes across Toronto and the Greater Toronto area to deal with raccoons in attics, ceilings, walls, roofs, decks, and sheds. In this video, I want to walk you through why raccoon problems are getting worse in Toronto, how raccoons are getting into homes, what kind of damage they cause, and why the way raccoons are removed matters more than most people realize. Toronto has one of the densest urban raccoon populations in North America, and there are a few very specific reasons for that. First, food. Toronto offers raccoons an endless supply. Green bins, compost, garbage, restaurant waste, bird feeders, pet food, and backyard gardens create a constant, reliable food source. Second, shelter. Toronto has tens of thousands of older homes. Older rooflines, aging soffits, wood fascia, and outdated vent systems create opportunities raccoons have learned to exploit. Over generations, they've adapted to the exact way Toronto homes are built. They don't just survive here, they thrive here. In many ways, Toronto has unintentionally created the perfect environment for raccoons to move from parks and ravines directly into residential homes. A lot of people assume raccoons end up in homes by accident. That's not true. Raccoons intentionally target houses because houses provide everything they need: warmth, safety, and protection from predators. An attic is dry, it's insulated, it stays warm in the winter and cool in the summer. For female raccoons, it's also the perfect place to raise their babies. When a raccoon chooses your home, it's not passing through, it's settling in. One of the most dangerous misconceptions homeowners have is believing raccoons only use existing openings. In reality, raccoons are strong enough to create their own. They climb roofs with ease and use their body weight and claws to tear open soffits, bend metal roof vents, rip through shingles, and pull apart chimney caps. We consistently see the same entry points across Toronto: soffits, roof vents, plumbing stacks, chimney caps, roof edges, and weak fascia boards. Raccoons don't look for weak spots. They test your home until they find one. And once that entry point is created, the damage spreads quickly. Once inside the attic, raccoons immediately begin modifying the space. They tear insulation apart to create nesting areas. They compress insulation, which reduces its effectiveness and increases heating and cooling costs. They break wood supports, they trample ductwork, they leave behind droppings and urine. And as they move through the attic, they often damage electrical wiring, creating a serious fire hazard. There are also health risks. Raccoon's feces can contain parasites and bacteria, including raccoon roundworm, which poses a risk to both adults and children. This isn't just a nuisance problem, it's a safety issue. Raccoon problems rarely stay small. A single raccoon often becomes multiple raccoons. During breeding season, female raccoons give birth to litters inside attics. Once babies are present, the mother becomes extremely protective. At this stage, damage accelerates. Entry holes get bigger, noise becomes louder, odors develop. And if babies are left behind due to improper removal, homeowners can be left dealing with dead animals inside ceilings or walls. Many homeowners attempt DIY raccoon removal because it seems simple at first. But raccoon removal is not about blocking a hole or setting a trap. Blocking an entry point without removing the raccoon often traps the animal inside the home, leading to frantic damage. Separating mothers from babies is one of the most common and costly DIY mistakes. In Ontario, relocating raccoons is illegal, and trapping without full exclusion almost always leads to repeat infestations. DIY raccoon removal doesn't save money. it usually increases the final repair cost. Professional raccoon removal starts with understanding animal behavior, not fighting it. At TSR, every job begins with a detailed inspection to identify all entry points, all damage, and whether babies are present. When baby raccoons are involved, we remove them safely and place them in a heated reunion box outside the home. This allows the mother to naturally relocate her young, which is humane, legal, and effective. Once the raccoons are out, we install one-way exclusion devices and permanently wildlife-proof the home. The goal isn't just removal, it's prevention. The earlier raccoon problems are addressed, the easier and less expensive they are to resolve. Waiting allows damage to spread, babies to be born, and entry points to worsen. Raccoon problems never resolve on their own. If you're hearing noises in your attic, seeing roof damage, or suspect raccoons in your home, don't ignore it. In Toronto, raccoon problems don't go away. They only escalate. Contact TSR Pest Control and Wildlife Removal for a professional inspection and humane raccoon removal. We are here to help.